All right, well, they say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now, others skip it and opt to have a big lunch. So let's combine the two for business or pleasure with a healthy brunch, shall we? Joining us now to talk more about where to get a great brunch and specifically some Eggs Benedict, one of my favorites, Howie Keibel with Yelp. So you got a little history lesson for us today on Eggs Benedict.
That's right.
What do you got for us?
Well, what's in Eggs Benedict, Chad? What did you, can you think
Eggs
of?
and Benedict, right?
Exactly. Poached eggs, English muffin, Canadian bacon, and hollandaise sauce, right? So where did this come from?
Yeah, you're the man with the answer.
All right. Way back in 1860, the very first restaurant in this country reports that Delmonico's in New York reported that they had come up with the first recipe of this. The origins were French, but this was an American dish. And the original person to say that she came up with it was a woman named Miss Legrand Benedict. 100 years later, two other Benedicts claimed that they had created the dish. The first was
Now, is it from the same family?
No, all
Okay,
different families, totally different families, right? All Benedicts. So 100 years later, 1960, someone named Edward P. Montgomery claimed that his uncle had come up with the dish for another restaurant in New York. And finally, there was a man named Lemuel Benedict, who was a retired Wall Street stockbroker, who claimed that in 1894 he ordered a, quote, buttered toast, poached eggs, crisp bacon, and a hooker of hollandaise at the what was the hotel that this was at? I'm not saying it.
It's amazing though that
anyway.
these people ward so much over something like Eggs Benedict.
They
You would
really
think
did.
It would really cause
the New York
a
Times
spat.
has had this sort of argument for over a century now.
All right, so let's find out where are the places that we can get this hotly contested dish in
And
Albuquerque.
these are all local awesome renditions of the dish. So you can tell that you can mix it up any way you want. But I've got 3 pictures here that should kind of blow your mind.
Okay.
The first one's going to be from Farm and Table. All right, so this was not posted by the business. This was posted by an actual person who had this dish. This is the Tenderloin Benedict. It's seasonal, so not necessarily going to be there, but certainly they have brunch every weekend from 9 to 2.
Okay.
And they always have Eggs Benedict on that menu.
Okay, it may not be that tenderloin, but they've always got the Eggs Benedict, some version of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's try number
What
2,
else?
the Shop. This is breakfast all day. This thing is their Eggs Benny. It's buttermilk biscuit, 2 eggs, sausage, and tomato topped with a green chili hollandaise.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And available all week, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Breakfast all day.
At the shop.
At the Shop.
Okay.
And finally, Gold Street Cafe.
I have had their Eggs Benny quite a bit.
Delicious,
Yeah,
isn't
oh
it?
yeah, absolutely fantastic.
It's poached eggs on a house-made green chili cheddar biscuit with chili glazed bacon and jalapeno hollandaise.
Yeah, the hollandaise sauce is amazing.
It
there.
really
Yeah,
is.
It's really fantastic.
That's what does it.
All right, so you've got another thing you're going to talk to us about, and it's called the Talk Feature on
Talk
Yelp. I haven't
Feature.
heard of this before.
So let's say you're a local or someone from out of town who wants to know what the best is in Albuquerque. You can, of course, search something like Eggs Benedict, or you can post a talk thread. So I looked for one, and I remembered that this popped up in October. Someone said, "Good morning. What restaurant in town do you think has the best Eggs Benedict? I'm looking for them. I'm craving them." And I remember answering this question. You can see that one person immediately answered that, and if you scroll down the page, you can see all of the answers from locals saying, "No, I like to go over here. I like to check this place out."
Okay.
So it's an awesome way to get local feedback immediately to a question you might have.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
I had no idea that you could do that.
Yeah, it's terrific.
That's great.
And then, of course, you can also check the weekly Yelp. This week it's on Eggs Benedict.
Okay.
And like I said, search anything you want.
Fantastic. Howie, you're making me really hungry this morning. All right, guys, for a full recap on where to go to get your fix of Eggs Benedict New Mexico style, head over to casa.com. Howie, we'll